Hi yogis, welcome back. For this short flow, go ahead and grab 2 blocks and anything else you would like to use in your practice. This is going to be a slow flow, a slow burn in the hips, the sacral chakra, working into the legs and the lower body. And when you're ready, come onto a seat. Maybe find a kneeling position, rest your hands in your lap, palms open in a mudra, a gesture of receiving. Start to close your eyes and turn your gaze inward. Without your physical sight, can you envision where you are in your room, the walls around you, the mat and your props beneath you, maybe candles, maybe you can hear the music of your playlist in the background. And begin to notice your breath. Unite your palms together at heart center. We'll take a few cleansing, grounding breaths together to begin. Breathe in through your nose. Sigh it out through your mouth. Inhale strong. Exhale soft. Big breath in. This time exhale, release your hands down. Take an inhale, circle, sweep your arms up overhead, lift through your heart. Take a little mini back bend. Draw your belly button in towards your spine. Interlace your fingers. Exhale, hollow your chest. Press the palms of your hands forward. Inhale, lift and reach. Open the front of your body. Exhale, draw your navel towards your spine. Press away. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, empty and push. Inhale, lift up. Release your fingertips high this time. Exhale, this time side stretch up and over to the right. Anchor down through your left hip and reach and extend through your left pinky finger. Inhale, use your core to lift through center. Exhale, up and over to the left. Bend into your bottom elbow to add more sensation through the side body. Inhale, lift through center. Exhale, plant your palms down in front of you. Come onto your hands and knees, tabletop. Extend your right leg back behind you. Tuck your toes on the mat and then start to take a few rocks back and forth on the ball of your foot. Come back to center. Lift your back heel to the height of your hip. Inhale, lift your heel even higher. Exhale, reach down and tap your toes on the mat. Inhale to lift. Exhale, tap. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, this time lift your heel and then curl your heel in towards your bum. Reach your left hand back in the direction of that foot. If you have the bind, kick your foot into your hand to get a little extra height through your knee. Big inhale. Exhale, release your bind and extend your lifted arm and leg out in opposite direction. Exhale, tabletop. Extend your left leg behind you, toes on the mat. Start to rock along the ball of your foot, stretching into your calf muscles and your toes. Now make your way back to center. Lift your left heel to the height of your hip. Take a breath in. Can you lift your heel higher? Exhale, reach down, tap the mat with your toes. Again, inhale, we lift. Exhale, tap. Last inhale, point through your toes. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift your heel this time, curl it in towards your bum. Swim your right hand back behind you this time. Remember, if you have your foot in your hand, kick your foot to lift through your knee. Take a big breath in. Exhale, release, extend your arm and leg out past the corners of your mat. Release, find tabletop. Inhale, tuck your toes. Exhale, lift and hover your knees. Take a full breath into your belly. Neutralize your spine. Good. Press your hips up and back on your exhale. Sink your hips down, downward facing dog. Pedal through your feet. Take your free organic movement. Open up the backs of your legs, your shoulders, your chest. Whatever feels good, maybe lean your hips side to side or shake out your head. And then start to meet me here in stillness. On an inhale, lift your right leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee, open and stack your hips. Curl your heel in a little tighter towards your bum. Square your hips, come back to your three-legged dog on an inhale. Exhale, step your foot forward in between your hands. Land your back knee down on your mat. Reach for your blocks, bring them on the tallest height, shoulder distance apart. Take a little movement, maybe rocking your hips back and forth as you gently open up into your expression of a low lunge. You can choose to stay here or join me in a back bend. Take a breath in, reach your arms up, lift through your heart space, lean back. Press your palms together, bend your elbows, bring your forearms behind your head. Take a full, expansive breath in. As you exhale, ease out of your back bend, bring your hands onto your blocks. Start to lift your hips, lift your back knee for a runner's lunge. Inhale, stretch your right fingertips to the sky, open your torso to the right side of your mat. Big movement. As you exhale, swim that top arm back behind you, swing it down and around. Lift your torso, both arms up, crescent lunge. Here we are. And begin to straighten into your front knee. Draw your hips back, airplane your arms down and back, and then slowly hinge your torso forward. Pyramid pose, option to shorten your stance. Keep a micro bend in your front knee, reach your fingertips back, and then start to lift and sink through your back heel, strengthening almost every muscle group in your hips. The next time your back heel sinks, lower your hands down to your blocks, round into your spine, and fold over your front leg, finding your edge. Send your breath down your spine and down your hamstrings. Think about carving out space. Breathing in, lift up halfway. Set your blocks to the side. Plant your palms, step your foot back, high plank, option to lower your knees. Inhale. Then on your exhale, lower with control down to your belly. Inhale, peel your chest, cobra pose. Exhale, release all the way down. One more time, inhale, peel your chest, Bhujangasana. Exhale, release, press up through your tabletop position. Send your hips high, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Now inhale your left leg high. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hips, stack your left on top of your right. Square off your hips, come back to your three-legged dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, draw your foot forward between your hands. Lower your back knee down. Bring your blocks to frame out your foot for your low lunge. The body likes to be in motion, so let your body wiggle side to side, back and forth if that's what it wants. And then see if you can sink into your edge a little deeper. If you'd like to move into that back bend, take a breath, lift both arms up overhead, and lengthen out your front body. Press your palms together, bend your elbows, rest your head in between your forearms. Lift through your elbows, reach down through your fingertips. Inhale, come out of your back bend, reach up. Exhale, plant your hands down on your blocks. Lift your back knee, runner's lunge. Breathing in, open up your left arm to the sky, pull your shoulder up and back, rotating your torso to the long edge of your mat. Big movement. Inhale. Exhale, swim your arm down. Lift your torso, arms reach up, high crescent lunge. Straighten into your front knee, pull your hips back, airplane your arms down and back as you hinge at your hips. Maybe shorten your stance for pyramid pose. Reach forward through your heart. Start to lift and sink your back heel. working up that stabilization, that muscle memory, and that overall strength in your hips and your back body muscles. The next time your back heel sinks, lower your hands down to your blocks, fold heavily over your front knee, relax your head, keep that micro bend in your front knee. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Move your blocks to the side, plant your hands, step back to your high plank. Maybe you keep your knees lifted this time. Take a breath in. Exhale, straight spine, lower all the way down to your belly. Inhale, half locust. This time, peel your chest, lift and reach through your toes. Option to take full locust and extend your arms back by your side, squeezing your shoulder blades, hugging everything along the midline. Deep breath into your belly. Exhale, release, plant your palms under your shoulders, press all the way up and back to your downward facing dog. Step your feet into the middle of your mat, bring your toes out wide. Toes are out, heels are in. Start to bend your knees, sink your hips down, and find your Malasana yogi squat. Option to add a block underneath your sits bones for more structure or support in this pose. Try to lift through your inner arch and root down through the pinky toe side of both feet. Send your tailbone down and back and lift the energy up your spine through the crown of your head. Allow your fingertips to meet the mat. Move your block off to the side and start to pick up your hips. Find a ragdoll fold, bending your knees heavily, reaching for opposite elbows, maybe swaying side to side. One of the key elements of the sacral chakra is movement, mobility, fluidity, and the organic movement in this pose activates this center. Start to release your bind, reach your fingertips towards the top of your mat, and then take an intentional step or two forward. Inhale, halfway lift, slide your hands up to your shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bend your knees, lift and circle sweep your arms, come up with a straight spine. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, draw your right knee up into your chest, single leg Tadasana. Option to extend your arms up overhead. Deep breath in from the sole of your standing foot through your fingertips. Exhale, draw your knee out to the side. Hook your right knee behind your left as you bend into that standing leg, Shiva squat. You can bring your hands back to heart center or to your hips to help stabilize. Press into your left foot. Inhale, rise. Bring your right knee forward. And then exhale, curl your heel in, reach back, capture your foot, preparing for dancer's pose. Inhale, square your hips. Exhale, kick your foot into your hand. Find your breath and focus on that one point out in front of you. As you release your foot, send it straight back. Keep your heel lifted to the height of your hip. Bring hands to heart center, warrior 3. Inhale to stabilize. Exhale, reach down, tap your toes on the mat. Inhale, lift to the height of your hip. Exhale, reach down and tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, come through standing splits just as a transition. Reach your toes high. And then big step to the back of the mat. Plant your hands. Inhale, three-legged dog. Send your left leg up high. Exhale again, bend the knee, open your hip. Inhale, come back through your squared hips. Exhale, come forward for pigeon pose. Lower your knees to the mat. Add a block underneath your left hip. You can choose to stay upright, or if and when you feel ready, start to lower down onto your forearms. Maybe make a pillow for your forehead with your hands or your block. Allow your breath to guide you to your edge. Begin to make your way back up onto your hands. Then press your hips up to the sky, downward facing dog. Step your feet in to shorten your stance. and then bring your feet out to the width of your mat. So short and wide down dog. Start to tick-tock your hips side to side. And just taking a moment to flush out the hips. Step your feet together at the top of your mat. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, bend and fold forward. Inhale, root to rise. Press through your feet, lift through your fingertips. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, draw your left knee up and into your chest. Level your hips. Maybe reach both arms up for a challenge. Inhale. Exhale, swing your knee out to the side, bring it around. Hook your knee behind your right. Bend into your standing leg. Root down through your standing foot. Inhale, draw your left knee back into your chest. Nadarajasana, dancer's pose. Curl your heel and reach back for your foot. Kicking into your hand if you have that bind. Keep your heart open, gazing forward. Take one more full breath in. Exhale, as you release your foot, kick it straight back. Reach the crown of your head forward. Bring your hands to heart center. Warrior 3. Inhale, reach through your heel. Exhale, and tap your toes. Inhale to lift. Exhale, tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Lift back up on your inhale. This time, exhale, come through standing splits as your transition. Reach through your toes. And then take a big step to the back of your mat. Plant your palms, keep your hips high. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, bend your knee, open your hip. Breathe in, come back through center. Exhale, shift forward for pigeon pose. Lowering down, add your block underneath your right hip. Extend your left toes to the back of your mat. And once your hips are squared and you're feeling good, if you want to move forward, start to lower down, taking the same variation you took on the first side. Again, allow your breath to be your guide, telling you when you need to pull back or when you might be ready to move deeper. Full breath in, fill your belly. Full breath out. Coming back up onto your hands. Reactivate your back leg, tuck your toes, send your hips high. Once again, down dog. Find that same short and wide stance, bringing your feet into the middle of your mat. Sway your hips side to side. Step your feet to the top of your mat. Toes are out, heels are in. Bend your knees, sink your hips. Once again, Malasana. Lift your heart and bring your thumbs to your sternum. Shifting onto our backs, bring your peace fingers around your big toes, maybe around your knees if that's more accessible. And then rock all the way back into your happy baby. Bringing your knees in towards your armpits. Take a few playful rocks from side to side, maybe straightening one leg at a time. Take any final movements or wiggles the body might be asking for before we close out our practice. When you're ready, start to make your way into your final resting pose. Our corpse pose with our legs extended, arms heavy at our sides. Allow your palms to face up, again in that same mudra or gesture of receiving. And start to let go of the practice. Let go of your breath. Relax your forehead. Unfurrow your brow. Relax your tongue and unclench your jaw. All the work is done. All that's left to do is simply surrender your weight to the mat. Shavasana. Slowly start to deepen your breathing. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Remember where you are in your space. Rock your head from side to side. And then reach your arms up overhead. Take a big breath in, full body stretch. And exhale, roll over onto your side. Bring your knees into your chest, fetal position. When you feel ready to move, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seat, keeping your eyes closed or your eyelids heavy. Just a moment longer. Unite your palms together at heart center. Thank the practice of yoga and thank yourself for showing up on your mat. Bring your thumbs to your third eye center in between your brows. And together we bow. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace.